So Spark is a collaborative workspace for startups, entrepreneurs, individuals who are launching their businesses, also for corporate organizations who are looking for space for small teams. Basically, we're focused on being a catalyst for entrepreneurship and economic development for Baltimore. So we've been open for about 4 years. We launched in 2016. We launched with 22 companies, and as of this week, we are currently 160 companies on site. It fluctuates and grows because we do have a membership model where folks can come in for a month or two. But most of our members have been here for a few years over the course of the 4 years that we've been open. Yes, so Baltimore is the original Spark. The Cordish companies, whenever they're doing a new project, they really want to start it here in their hometown. So we launched in Baltimore in 2016. We're going to be launching Spark Kansas City later this summer in 2020. And then we have more cities that we're looking at, Louisville, Kentucky, and Texas area as well. There's a lot of small businesses, startups who are really interested in engaging with other regions, other states, especially the East Coast. Baltimore has a really interesting advantage. We have a lot of universities. We're close to DC. We're an easy train ride to Philadelphia, New York. So small businesses may be really interested in coming here because close proximity to investors, talent, business development that they have for their team. So when I'm traveling to other cities, kind of being that ambassador for Spark and really telling them about what's happening here in Baltimore, their ears perk up a little bit. They're really interested because they see the potential in being in a city that's as convenient as Baltimore is. Part of our mission is to be a catalyst for entrepreneurship. So we're really working with trying to connect companies with each other, finding companies and individuals who are really looking to grow their organizations. They may be a single entrepreneur that's trying to add a new client or 3 new clients to their portfolio for the year. So we're basically here not just to offer them workspace, physical workspace, but to also offer them support, resources. Me and my team, we're on site basically to give them not be hand holding them. We're not an incubator or an accelerator. Most of the companies that we do have on site have graduated from incubator or accelerator programs, but we're really here to be their cheerleader. We're here to show, hey, you're doing a kick-ass job in Baltimore. You're part of the ecosystem. You're supporting economic development for our city. What can we do to assist you and help you? Whether that's through providing programming, events, direct connections, and also the resources and amenities that we have on site. Yeah, it's really easy to throw an event, right? To have like a lunch and learn or a breakfast session or things like that, but that's not the end all be all. We really, when a new company's coming into our ecosystem and coming into the Spark community, we learn more about them. What are their specific needs? How can we specifically help them with their needs for them to be successful? Because if they're successful, Spark's successful, and if Spark is successful, if Spark is successful, then Baltimore is successful, and that's our end goal at the end of the day, to really make sure that the companies coming into our community have every access and resource available to them. They may be a small business or an entrepreneur that just doesn't realize all of the access to capital, access to programming, access to just connections that are here in Baltimore. And we help to be a catalyst for that. We want them to get directly connected. Whether it's I see them on the elevator and make an introduction to someone that they really need to connect with, or sending that email of, hey, they're looking for a new client in the ed tech space, and this is exactly what you do. So we're really trying to be that glue to connect in companies and individuals together. it's super exciting to be on site and see the companies grow on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. A few of our companies joined us when they were just 10, 15 people in a suite, and now they're a 100-person team, and they're still here growing the ecosystem. So it's very, very, very cool to see that. And to your point, yes, we stay very engaged with the local community, not just the Baltimore community, but other regional cities and areas to kind of keep in the know on what's happening, what's available. Our city tends to be a city of silos, so it can be very difficult to break those barriers. But I come in with a smile and with a lot of optimism and say, hey, this is what we are doing. We would love to connect you, and also work with them to showcase their programs and their platforms, so they can kind of show off what they're doing to our community here. So we really want to be that bridge between companies, individuals, and a lot of really great things happening in our city. Don't listen to the media. I would say a lot of other cities, other states, they may see what's on the national media, or they see stats or data, and they may not be aware that there are really great people here on the ground doing great things. And this is a great city to grow your family, to grow your business. And what we want to do is really kind of show that Baltimore is worth it. We're worth the time, we're worth the energy to kind of see what's happening here. And I would say don't listen to the hype in a way. I would say really get to know Charm City, get to know Baltimore, meet the real Smaltimore, as people like to call it here, because you can come to the city, make a connection. There's the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Well, there's like the 2 degrees of Baltimore, and you never know who you might meet or connect with that may get you connected with funding or a company that can get you achieve your next business development goals. One thing that I definitely hear is access, and just access to having a conversation. There tends to be sort of if you're not a company of a certain size, or you don't have a certain dollar amount behind your value, you can't even get your foot in the door. And I think there needs to be more of an open, collaborative conversation, and just an open door policy when it comes to companies, and especially small businesses. If a team is 2 or 3 people, people may think there's risk associated with entrusting them with their business goals. But a lot of larger corporate companies would be very surprised with how nimble and how effective a small team can be by working with them. World domination now. So I think over the next few years, especially the next 9 years, as we achieve that goal, is really solidifying that connectivity, that natural drive, that natural hustle that we have in our city, and really see that collectively support everyone in our city, not just a certain subset or those who have access or those who are in the know. Really taking the time to really embrace the whole rising tide society, that all of Baltimore, we all have challenges. Our city has challenges and issues and problems, that we all have a really unique set of talents and skill sets that we can collectively unite and use our superpowers to solve the problems that we have in our city. And having some patience. It's not going to happen overnight. I think a lot of people in this day and age, especially the age of social media and digital instant gratification, a lot of folks want a quick and easy fix. And that's not going to be the case with Baltimore. But with what we're doing and with the skill sets and with the jewels of sort of talent that we have in our city, we can absolutely get there over the next decade. And that's what I'm really looking forward to, more collaboration and optimism.